Episode of Geek-A-Tech. Today we are going to talk about a very special topic which is related to AI. So today we are going to talk about LangFuse, which is a very good tool to use to evaluate our LLMs. So we will see that how we can use it and how it can improve our LLM testing and how it's very beneficial for any AI application. So let's move on. So the agenda which we are going, the topics which we are going to talk about is what is the business case, how it flows, what are the impacted on the business, what is its use case, what are the pros and cons, then what technical stack a person should know before start LangFuse, what are the prices. Uh, it's it's having a pro version along with the free version also, and then we will conclude the uh, complete discussion. So the business case is like whenever we start the LLM development, so it's very hard to know that is it giving a proper answers or not. Are there the answers are relevant to the context or not? Because once a person is start doing testing it manually, then sometimes it's depend on person to person also on their perceptions. So it's not easy to standardize the outputs that whatever the outputs we are receiving from LLM are those correct or not, and how much relevant they are. Instead of we are saying correct, we should say that how much relevant they are. So we should try to identify that how we can do it, because manually it's very tough. So to ensure the faithfulness, so higher the faithfulness, lower the hallucination is the concept. So what the hallucination testing is that whatever we are asking the questions, it is giving us the more relevant answers. So we need to test them. So for doing that testing, LangFuse is the right choice, because it provides us the proper scores for faithfulness, and we can identify the relevance of the responses given by LLM. So this is how generally LangFuse works. So when the user call its LLM backend APIs, then those LLM APIs runs their request and send back a response, and those response we shared with the LangFuse along with the context. We provide LangFuse the context that what for what context we gave the question and what is the response which we are receiving. So what it will do, it will evaluate, it will run the complete cycle, and it will identify the responses, and then it will give back to us, and our test case based on our standards, we test them. So how we can assert them, that it's again depend on module to module, business to business, and phases of the project, where in the initial cycles we can say is that okay, if the response quality is around 50%, then it's okay. Then we gradually increase it to 60%, to 80, and to 90%. So this is how we can create our test cases around those responses. So, and we can also understand its latency also, we can measure. Okay, so this is how we can understand that how good is our LLM is. And what LLM do, the whatever response we receive from the LLM, we provide to LangFuse, and we need to convert it into a proper tabular format, and then we provide it into the LangFuse understandable format, and then LangFuse process that and provide us the scores. So and then those scores we provide the assertions along with that. So what are the business impacts? So the main business impact is the risk governance. That like LangFuse help us to detect hallucinations as early as possible. So it reduces our reputational risk, compliance risk. It reduces our cost also. We gain the trust of the customers that okay, our LLM is more reliable. It gives us more relevant answers. It is not giving a vague answers. So this is how it impacts the business. It ensures the quality of LLMs. The use cases are like we saw the many AI agents which they are providing us the different answers related to the questions. So we are at on these scenarios we can use them to test our agents. Okay, we can test their hallucinations also, that how they are providing our um responses. We can we can include them in our regressions also, that once we there are phases where once the bugs are getting fixed, so those bugs fixes might impact the LLM um, responses also. So we need to test them again and again, so we can include them in our regression testing also. So there are many pros using them. Like we talked about, we can increase the reliability of our system, we can decrease the cost. It's the base thing is it's an automable tool, so we can standardize the responses, we can standardize the scores also. We can continuously monitoring them, we can include them in CI/CD also. So based on that, we can identify the responses, whatever changes. If we push to a code related to LLM, then it will trigger the LangFuse test cases, and we can identify that okay, the relevance answers or the hallucinations are not increased, and relevance answers are still as they were previously, or they are increased. It improves the trust and reliability of the LLMs. So there are certain disadvantages also, like some its setup and maintenance overheads. Because once your if your setup is small, if your AI applications are small, then it's good. But once it increases, if it's getting large and large, then its setup and its maintenance, it's not that bad, or not that difficult. But yeah, it increases the complexity, and it's very we still need to be very careful while using the medical and legal applications, because it has because they have different nuances for them. So their stakes are high, so a human intervention and user oversight is pretty much required. So there are the technical stacks before running the test automations for LangFuse. Basically, the Python, you need to write the scripts in Python. So yeah, you need to understand how we can create the test cases in Python. You should be very much familiar with the Python, and JavaScript TypeScripts are also helpful for writing the prompts and monitoring the agent's workflows. So yeah, these two are the technical stack a test automation engineer should know. So this is the basically a price plan where we can see that we have a free price plan also. For small scale testing, it's very beneficial, but once your usage increases, then they have a different price plan. So I think if you are using a pro price plan, if you are going for a pro version, then you have an increased data security also. They have a data security along with the free price plan also, but it will ensure when we go for the pro plan, then it ensures the more data security. It also have the self hosting also. So if we are going for self hosting, then it's a free, and it's very good for DevOps capacity if we want to take control of it. So the conclusion is that if we want to empower our LLMs, we want to make them reliable, then hallucination testing is pretty much required, and that can be achieved using LangFuse. So this is all about the LangFuse, friends. Uh, I will come up with more AI related stuff soon as possible. So yeah, this is a very new stuff which I identified and used in my projects and other places. So yeah, it's working very good. So if you are working on some AI applications where you are developing some AI applications, then you can use it to verify the hallucinations. Thank you. And if you are new to my channel, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.